It's that time of year again. The NBA trade deadline is less than 10 days away. So today I want to talk about a name that's not getting enough attention in Miami Heat trade conversations. And that player that I think the Miami Heat should try to acquire is Jalen Smith from the Chicago Bulls. Right now, I honestly don't think the Miami Heat really need to make a small move like this, but this is something that I expect the Miami Heat to potentially do right now because we're not going to be able to get a superstar at the trade deadline, in my opinion. And they're not going to trade away players like Andrew Wiggins or Norm Powell to get draft picks. So I think they're going to try to get incrementally better to avoid the play in and to compete because the Miami Heat never tank. And if you look at this team right now, what they actually need, we need more rim protection, rebounding, size, floor spacing, and a big who can play next to Bam Adebayo because Spo will not start Khalil Ware next to Bam. And Jalen Smith, quite frankly, checks almost every box. And the best part, he might be attainable. So today, let's break down who Jalen Smith has been this season, why he fits perfectly with the Miami Heat, how he can help fix some of Miami Heat's biggest problems, and why this could quietly be a smart move for the Miami Heat at the deadline. So right now, with Chicago, Jalen Smith has quietly become one of their most impactful players. This season, he's given you roughly 10 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block, while shooting 36% from 3 on 4.5 attempts in only 20 minutes. So those numbers don't tell the full story about his impact because when you look at his advanced numbers, Jalen Smith leads the Bulls in plus minus and is near the top of the team in on-court net rating. So when he's on the floor, Chicago is significantly better on both ends. And that's not just empty production, that's real impact. And let's start with the biggest thing that Miami Heat need. They need defense and rim protection. And right now, the Heat struggle in a few key areas. Interior defense when Bam sits and when Khalil's not getting enough minutes. And when Khalil's not getting enough minutes, we struggle with weak side blocking, shot blocking, defensive rebounding late in games, especially in the beginning of the season. Oh my God, we were letting teams get so many offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities. And Jalen Smith helps in all those areas. He's an excellent shot blocker. He's mobile enough to switch onto guards. He is strong enough to guard true centers. And this is where Jalen Smith becomes really interesting. He's not just a rim runner. He's a legit floor spacing big. And he can honestly help defenses be like unable to collapse basically. If he's out there on the floor, defenses have to honor his three. So he provides spacing. And if you have him and Bam out there, you have two bigs who are shooting 36% from three. That is very interesting in my opinion. And this is exactly the kind of big Spo loves. He loves guys who can defend, who can move their feet, who can shoot the three ball, who can make quick reads. He fits the Miami Heat system. And this might be my favorite part. Miami has wanted a real front court partner for Bam for years. Bam has wanted that himself. Right now, they have Wiggins playing at the 4 and Bam's the 5. So obviously, Bam, was the 4 at one point when we started Khalil Ware. But again, we don't start Khalil Ware. So playing someone who could protect the rim, rebound, space the floor, let Bam roam defensively, Jalen Smith allows you to do that. And we've seen him play next to Vucevic in Chicago in double big lineups, and it works because he's athletic and he's mobile. And this Miami Heat team, we need athletic guys on this team. So imagine Bam at the 4 again, defensively, Jalen at the 5, protecting the rim, switching, also roaming around himself. Now, here's the important part. This is a realistic trade target. He's on an expiring deal. He's only making like $9 million. So he's very affordable. And he's not a franchise cornerstone in Chicago, so he could be available. And the Bulls look like they may reset, reshuffle, rebuild. Who knows? Like they're a disaster and stuck in purgatory themselves. So if Miami adds Jalen Smith, here's what changes instantly for them. Again, better rim protection when Bam sits, much better rebounding, more spacing in lineups with Bam Adebayo, more lineup versatility for Spo in the playoffs, which he's going to love, more energy, more athleticism in the front court, and most importantly, you're stop forcing undersized lineups, which Spo does love. So maybe he wouldn't want to have Jalen Smith on his team, but you would have no non-shooting bigs on this roster because if we want to count Nico as a big, you have Nico, Bam, Khalil, and him who could all shoot, except for Nico this season, who's been horrible at shooting, but he'll bounce back hopefully. But anyway, no more overplaying Bam, no more overplaying any of the bigs at this point, and that matters in April and come May. So, what do you guys think, Heat Nation? Do you think Jalen is someone that the Miami Heat should go after for cheap to bolster this front court, to bolster this roster?